videotaping?
Hey, Cat, how are we turn this thing around?
Hey, you got back just in time.
Walk away, and what happened?
Get your phone on. We're already on video recording.
That's fine, we're recording too.
That's good.
Those are the only guns y'all have, guys?
Yep.
Just keep y'all's hands where you're saying that's all we need. You guys got it.
Here.
Okay.
So now, guys, let's just get them all off you guys. I'll tell you what's going on in just a second, alright? Well, you guys realize it is against the law to, display a firearm as far as with public, where as far as public, create a, basically the reason when public...
Incite fear.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not disorderly conduct because they weren't holding the
Well, you
gun.
realize that we're getting the phone calls from people displaying the firearm, obviously.
If it's not displayed in a threatening manner, I've not broken any laws. And with strapped on my back or in a holster without my hands on it or near it, it's impossible to incite fear.
You have a concealed handgun license on
I
you?
don't need one.
Why is that?
It states 40-06, a black powder rifle or pistol, 1899 or prior, or replica is not considered a handgun or a weapon.
Alright, well, we're going to need to take a look at those, alright? Just verify, make sure that they are. Because like I said,
Here's the deal, okay? We're not, I understand, because I know you've been here, they've been doing this across the state on Texas, and I respect that, that's fine. The thing is, when people call us, we have to respond for calls for service, right? And so we're not trying to, we don't want to try to play the, we're going to prove you right, or, who knows the law better than the like that. Nothing like that. It's just people are calling, we check everything out, y'all do have y'all's right to protest and do whatever y'all need to. So we understand that. I just ask that y'all cooperate with us. Once we get it cleared, obviously, if you know it, you got everything right, we're gonna have to give it right back to you. There's nothing we can do about it, right? We just want to make sure.
Nothing that says you.
Is he breaking the law?
Right now, we're not sure. We don't know.
Do you have any reason to suspect him of breaking the law?
Well, because like I said, going back, we have calls for service on it, so we got to call.
I understand you there. People can come out, and check it out.
And then we have to make contact with y'all. And when usually when we make contact with people, we want to make sure identify them, so know who we're talking to.
Unless I'm broken any law, I don't need to identify myself.
Unless you suspect him of committing a crime, there's no reason to even ask him for an ID.
Was he brandishing the weapon, pointing at anybody?
Okay, no.
It's in a non-threatening manner that I'm holding it, which
like
is
I said,
fully within my constitutional rights to do.
Is there anything wrong with me asking you?
You can ask.
I can ask, right? And exactly. And listen, I'm not trying to be combative. I'm not trying to argue. Y'all don't have to get the defensive on me, okay? And I don't want to.
But it was mainly how 4 cops rushed up here. So.
Well, because we don't know what we're coming to. We don't know what calls to play.
Alright, well here's the deal, man. All it is we ain't even gonna come over here and deal with y'all if people weren't calling. Okay? So, as long as it's not upsetting anybody, it ain't a problem. And were y'all up at HEB the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
and we had no problem. They've already come up and they said we weren't breaking the law.
Okay, and you obviously know what you're talking about. You've done your research. I don't have a problem with all that. The only issue is the call. Okay? Now,
so you've made contact.
Right.
We weren't doing anything wrong.
And you see that no laws are being broken, so then that should be it.
You've seen our faces. We didn't have a mask on, so.
What he's trying to explain here, okay, is when we're going to contact somebody, and in this case, there's no probable cause to believe you've done anything wrong. Okay? There's reasonable suspicion, obviously, because there's firearms in plain view. Okay? So that's suspicion.
This is Texas. Open carry.
I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't aware of that.
But that's not our fault that they're not aware of the law, is it?
Just listen to what I have to say, okay?
Okay. All right. What I mean by reasonable suspicion is like he was explaining to you, making sure everything is on the up and up. Okay. With probable cause, people would be like, reasonable suspicion is enough for a reason to contact somebody and hang on to them for a minute until they're done with their investigation.
So am I being detained?
You're not detained right now, okay? What he's trying to explain to you as far as identification purposes, okay, so he knows who he's speaking to, okay? He don't know.
Is this Germany? Do you want our papers? Hitler asked for our papers.
That's fine.
But listen, that's the thing, y'all get
Just
so defensive.
don't be defensive. He's asking you for
4
his
people
purposes,
with
okay?
loaded guns just walked up on us. Forgive us.
We're breaking the law, but y'all parked in the middle of the road.
That's what those red and blue lights are for.
When there's an emergency.
And we got a call for a service emergency here. Okay.
So if
So
I
we're
was
gonna
working
finish
down
what
the
we're
road
doing.
with a dog and somebody called, y'all could come and get me for
Regardless,
disorderly
okay,
conduct?
we have
The
paperwork
thing is,
committed to the
whenever we do get
Okay,
these calls,
we're
we
going to
do
want to
have to
contact
respond
and find out who we're talking
regardless
to.
of
Okay?
what kind of
You do
bullshit
have a
it
right
is,
not to give
okay?
an
Believe
identification
us.
at this
I
time.
get
Okay?
so many calls
But if you could give him
there's
your
a
name for
suspicious
our
person walking in
purposes,
this
okay?
neighborhood.
If y'all call and
We
complain
have-
on us,
we have
But
that's
we
how they
still
will
have to
our
produce
videos.
ID to you, even though you can
But
plainly tell we're not
we're not over
committing
here
a
trying to
crime.
tell anybody
Well,
what
it's
to do.
just out of courtesy.
Okay?
It's
And
out
I'm
of
not
courtesy.
telling you you've broken the law
He's
at all.
gonna take my guns and hold them for what?
Okay. I don't know what all that conversation was about, okay? All I can tell you is everything legal on your weapon?
They're mine.
All right, y'all are doing a protest, y'all have a right to do a protest, you've already been advised, right?
Yes.
HEB?
Yep.
Okay.
We've been advised by the police
So that's it. As long
themselves.
as, but just be careful is all I'm asking, not to upset everybody so we keep getting calls. Okay, and I'm not saying you did anything to upset
Just by
anyone.
standing here, we can upset the people.
Right.
And I'm sorry if
I'm
it
just saying.
upsets people for having a gun on your back. They need to get over it because this is Texas. You should be able to walk around with a
And like I
gun.
said, I don't know,
If it's
you know, if they saw
Y'all
you
have
putting it
guns
on-
on y'all. I don't know y'all,
You know what I'm
so.
saying?
Y'all are pretty scary to me.
The bottom line is just, that's why we're here.
But
okay?
listen, a lot
But
of people
it ain't got to be a thing where y'all...
Well, I understand that. Could y'all inform them when they
In this
call
business
and
about
give y'all a
how we are
complaint
scary 'cause y'all
that
have
it is
loaded
the
guns?
right of people to carry a gun?
They want us to
You know what I'm
respond
saying?
and come out. No, listen, we do have loaded guns. We do this for our service. That's the city hires us and employs us to do that, okay? And that's the reason why we have our guns. If we didn't, we're not pulling it out. We're not doing it. We deal with people every day like this, okay? So y'all know. Y'all can't play ignorant on that fact, okay? Like I said, everything comes out clear. You're good. We just call them. We just ask. You don't have to provide your ID. Y'all know y'all stuff. So,
Exactly.
y'all know it. So there's no argument. I'm not.
No, my main problem was the way 4 cops pulled up, parked in the middle of the road.
Because
Uh,
of the
Circumstances of the call.
I know, but we weren't pointing it at you when you come up, so.
We don't know that.
Well, you
All
have
we
to
know
take
is people
precautions.
have guns. We have families to go home to. That's all it is.
You know?
And you have to understand coming
Would you
from-
want your family walking down the road with a gun to be harassed just because they were holding a
No,
gun?
that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to see what's going on.
No, I understand that, but
It's weird to have plenty of public support.
Oh yeah, we support you too.
I knew what you were doing, but so it's one of the things they're going to be saying. That's why we're trying to...
The main thing is
You know,
we're
we're
seeing a
trying to
lot of
educate the
videos on
community,
YouTube right now
but
where
then also
cops
police
are
officers.
coming down on constitutional
And I'm
rights.
sure you can understand that.
This is kind of the point of this, is to make sure that our rights are not being violated here either.
No, man, that's not what
Like I
we're
say,
trying
it's
to
a lot
do.
easier to
But
explain
like I said,
things.
whenever we do get the call, I mean, like I said, regardless of what
You know what I'm
but
saying?
bull crap it is, we have to.
well, I understand y'all have to come out and check it out, but you can't look at people like they're a criminal until you've talked to them.
No,
so.
and that's why we're talking to you in the manner we are. Otherwise, I mean, you
But at
know.
the same time, sir, we have to take our precautions as we do because we don't know what we're coming up on. All they told us on the call is that there's people with shotguns standing in the road. That's how the call came out on our computers, and you can see it.
Yeah, and you should understand that people call in and make complaints that aren't normally, you know,
And we
people
don't.
get outrageous.
But
and-
we have to respond to every call as if it's the real thing. You understand? That's the reason why we do that. I mean, you deal with, you tread in our, you know, you walk in our
What he's
shoes.
saying
same thing.
is we don't know you from Adam, okay?
I don't know you from Adam either, though.
But we don't know when we're going to pull up when somebody wants to hurt us.
Let's
Now, it's
say
like
you
I
had a
explained to
cop
him,
drive by
you
us
know,
and
we
not
get here,
have
we
a
deal with
single
it, we see
issue,
everything's
and
okay.
then all of a
Nobody's a
sudden
criminal,
you have
okay?
four
You know, we're going to pull up, those red and blue lights are to park where we park, period. Okay? I don't need a car running up on me when I'm trying to get out of my car.
Well, that's
Okay?
all it is. Obviously,
So,
you guys know what y'all
but,
need to do.
you know,
so-
him and I have an understanding
that's all
that,
we
you
got
know,
from you guys.
it's a lot easier when everybody ain't trying to talk over everybody and we
Yeah.
can iron it all out. Okay?
But the main problem was when someone comes up, tells you keep your hands away from your hand, you know, like we're a criminal automatically.
It doesn't mean you're
It's
a
just
criminal.
it's just out of precaution. I
Seems
mean,
like
like
we're
we said, we
kinda
have to come
guilty
across
until
stuff like
proven
this
innocent.
every day.
Yeah, America's, you know,
Are you wearing
innocent
handcuffs,
until
man?
proven guilty. So.
And it's
No,
true.
but-
Are
and
you
it's
sitting in
true.
the back of a police car?
Man, but please.
Well, then we didn't say you
don't
did
take
anything
the
wrong.
attitude where you automatically start snapping back at it. We're not trying. We're just trying to talk to you, okay? That's it. Don't get defensive. I understand.
Like I explained to him, is that the reason everybody gets defensive like that is because the first thing that was said, the very first contact, was everybody get your hands where we can see them, and we're gonna have to disarm you.
Well, listen. You know what? From that part is from me representing on the Odessa Police Department's behalf. I'm sorry, we were wrong on that. Okay, is that y'all accept that from me?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
We're
the
sorry
only
about
reason
that.
we got
I'm
to
not
that.
trying to come out here to excuse my language. I'm not trying out here to become an ass. None of us are. We're all good guys. We're just people. Okay, but we're not. Y'all were right. We were wrong. We were doing that, and I'll admit that. I'm not too prideful to say that
We
to y'all.
appreciate
Okay,
that. That is the
so.
main
And like I said, as far as the siren things, the traffic here is crazy. I don't want to get run over, so I'm gonna pull out my lights and pull around on y'all. Okay. Now I respect what y'all are doing. We all do. And I just all this officer is telling you is just please be careful how you do it. It scares people.